You're losing over $1,000 a year, and you haven't even noticed. That number isn't random. It's the average amount Americans overpay every single year, not through bad luck and not through complicated financial mistakes, through one extremely ordinary habit that almost nobody talks about. Today, we're breaking it down completely. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what this habit is, why it keeps draining your money without triggering any alarm bells, and the three-step system that eliminates it, usually in under 30 minutes. This isn't theory. This is the kind of thing that people quietly implement on a Sunday afternoon and then can't believe they waited so long to do it. Let's start with the problem and why it's so perfectly designed to stay invisible. Here's what's happening. Most people in the modern economy have subscriptions, streaming services, software tools, gym memberships, news sites, app subscriptions, cloud storage plans. The average American now has between 12 and 15 active subscriptions at any given time. That alone isn't the problem. The problem is what happens to those subscriptions after the first month. Research from West Monroe Partners found that the average person underestimates their monthly subscription spending by around $197, nearly $200 every month. That's the gap between what people think they're paying and what they're actually paying. Multiply that by 12 months. You're looking at well over $2,000 annually in spending that exists almost entirely beneath your conscious awareness. This isn't a budgeting failure, it's a design feature. Every subscription is built around frictionless renewal. The easier they make it to forget you're paying, the more you pay. The charge happens automatically, the amount is small enough to ignore, and the service is useful enough that you'd resubscribe anyway, so you never feel truly wronged. That psychological combination is how $12 a month turns into a $400 a year habit you didn't choose. And it doesn't stop at streaming. Let me put a real number on what this costs you. The average American who carries this subscription blind spot, 12 to 15 active subscriptions, moderate underestimation of what they're paying, loses somewhere between $800 and $1,200 per year. That's the conservative estimate. For people with multiple streaming bundles, business software subscriptions, premium tiers they never downgraded from, or free trials that quietly became paid plans, it can be significantly higher. But here's the number I want you to sit with. If you took that $1,200 every year and invested it instead, putting it into an index fund returning the historical S&P 500 average over 20 years, that single habit change compounds to roughly $67,000. $67,000. Not from earning more, not from cutting your lifestyle, from simply deciding which subscriptions you're actually using. That's the real cost of subscription blindness. Not the $12 a month, the $67,000 over a career. Most people, when they hear this number, assume it's irrelevant to them. They think they're different, they know what they're paying for, they've done a cleanup recently, they don't really have that many subscriptions. The research consistently shows that assumption is wrong. The people who feel most confident about their subscription spending are often the most off. So let's look at 3 real examples, 3 composite profiles, not individual people, but patterns pulled from real consumer research. Profile 1, Marcus. Late 20s, lives in a major city, earns around $65,000 a year. He has Netflix, Hulu, Max, a Spotify family plan he mostly uses alone, Adobe Creative Cloud he hasn't opened in 4 months, a meditation app, and 2 cloud storage services with overlapping functionality. He thinks he's paying about $80 a month in subscriptions. He's actually paying $163. Profile 2, Diane. 42, homeowner, professional, 2 kids in the house. She has a home security system she upgraded during the pandemic and never reevaluated. A VPN that auto-renewed. 4 different news subscriptions, a fitness app the kids wanted and stopped using, and 3 separate streaming accounts, each shared with a different family member. She estimates around $120 a month. Actual total, $247. Profile 3, Jordan. Late 50s, empty nester, comfortable financially, which is exactly why the subscriptions have multiplied quietly for years. Software tools from previous jobs, premium tiers on apps Jordan now uses for free features only, a magazine that converted from print to digital without flagging the price change. Estimated spend, 200. Actual spend, 381. 3 different people, 3 different life stages, same invisible drain. The pattern is consistent. Life changes. The subscriptions don't. Here's the fix. 3 steps. You can do all of this in one sitting. Step 1. The subscription audit. Open your bank account and your credit card statements, both. Go back 90 days. Every recurring charge gets flagged. Use a spreadsheet, a notes app, a piece of paper, doesn't matter. The list needs to exist somewhere visible. Don't try to remember from memory. Memory is not reliable for this. Bank statements are. Step 2, the 3-column triage. For every subscription on your list, decide keep, cancel, or downgrade. Keep means it adds regular, genuine value. Cancel means it doesn't simple as that. Downgrade means you're using the basic features of a premium tier and a lower plan exists. Most people find that between 30 and 40% of their active subscriptions fall into the cancel or downgrade column once they're written down and evaluated consciously. Step 3, the renewal calendar. For everything you decide to keep, set a calendar reminder 3 days before the annual renewal date. Not to cancel it automatically, to prompt a conscious reevaluation. Is it still worth it? Has your usage changed? This single step catches the renewal trap before it cycles. A 3-day window gives you enough time to act if you decide to, without pressure. That's the whole system. Audit, triage, calendar, 30 minutes to an hour done properly. 5 minutes a year per subscription to maintain. Here's the thing that the subscription audit reveals that has nothing to do with money. When you actually look at what you're paying for, every service, every platform, every recurring charge, you're also looking at a real-time inventory of your habits, your interests, your priorities, and your intention gaps. The fitness app you stopped using 6 months ago isn't a $12 mistake, it's information. It's telling you that either you genuinely don't want what that app was supposed to provide, or that there's a reason the habit didn't stick that's worth understanding. The software subscription from a project that never launched tells you something about that project. The language learning app you've paid for 2 years but opened twice tells you something real about how you're actually spending your time versus how you imagine you spend it. This is why the financial impact and the personal insight tend to arrive together. When you strip out the spending that happened by default, by inertia, by friction, by forgetting, what remains is closer to a reflection of who you are and what you value right now. For most people, the gap between the subscriptions they're paying for and the ones that actually match their current life, that's where the money is. The system we walked through today doesn't just find the waste. It forces an honest conversation with your current self about your actual priorities. And that clarity, compounded over years, is worth considerably more than the $1,200. If you take one thing from today, make it this. The subscription blind spot isn't a character flaw, it's a structural problem, one that every subscription business in the world is actively optimizing around. It is designed to work the way it works. You aren't disorganized or careless for having fallen into it. You're human, and the system is very good at staying invisible. The difference between the people who recover that money and the people who don't isn't discipline. It's a 30-minute appointment with your bank statement, done once, done properly, and then maintained with a calendar you set and forget. Do the audit this week. Not today if today isn't the day for it, but this week. Set a specific time. Give it the same attention you'd give to a meeting that matters. Because it does matter. Not because $12 is going to break your budget, but because the habits you audit are the habits you own. And the ones you don't audit own you. If you found this useful, the next video in this series covers the second most common invisible money drain, and it has nothing to do with subscriptions. Links in the description, and it's already up if you want to watch it now. We'll see you there.